Hello, everybody. My name is Jaime Medina. I'm a student at Secar University. Right now, I'm taking an English major, specifically a license in teaching English at this university. So, as part of my tasks, I will describe to you um, what my experience was during the subject practice one while teaching my student Alice. The task included teaching 45 hours to the student and drawing some conclusions from the experience. So first of all, let me introduce, let me start by um, telling you about Alice. Alice is a Chinese national. She is just 7 years old. She is studying first grade at a public school, local public school here in Tianjin. Um, Right, she's taking English classes, extra English classes at Awesome Foreign Studies Center, which is where we met and where she's currently studying. She's still studying there. Alice comes from a loving family. She has, her father works at a local newspaper. Her mom works at a training center, the training center where she's studying. Her dad has the night shift, the mom and the dad always try to invest a lot of time on her daughter. They also worry about her quality, the quality of her education. She's right now taking piano lessons, singing lessons, and English lessons. Well, about Alice's specific profile, she's a very extrovert girl. She likes to share with her friends, she likes to play, she likes to talk to adults, she likes to practice her English. And yeah, she's a very happy girl. We often hear her giggling and running along the corridors of the school, along the halls of the school, which brings a touch of happiness. In terms of her behavior in class, when she was a little younger, she was very competitive, a little bit mischievous in class. As she's growing older, she's becoming more focused. Her attention span has significantly improved. Right now, she's a girl who I would say is in A1 level of English. She can communicate basic things such as what she likes, what she doesn't like. She can talk about her family, where they live, where they are from, their age. She can talk about things in her immediate environment. So, how did I come up with the idea of my classroom project? In the very beginning, I was reading the instructions for the task that I had to do for this classroom project. I had to find a problem that happened in the classroom while giving the classes and propose a solution for such a problem. The issue was that there was no persistent problem. There was not a single problem that required writing a whole paper about. Yes, there were problems, but like I said, there were very small problems. So I talked to my advisor teacher, and he advised, well, together actually, we thought, hey, why not? Instead of finding or working on the weaknesses of the student, enhance her strengths, right? So we came up with the idea of how could we help Alice acquire a second language in a much faster way. So, in other words, what activities, what classroom games, what classroom workshops will actually help her acquire that second language, any second language, faster? So that's how we started with the idea. So now that we had the main core, then we started thinking about the objectives, the specific objectives and the general objectives. So basically, in very few words, the general objective was to, yes, help Alice acquire her a second language faster. What did this imply? It implied that we would have to look at Alice's behavior in the classroom. Yes, we would have to see how she reacts to certain tasks, how she reacts to certain activities, and based on her reactions, we would then analyze and propose. Okay, now that we know Alice better, she shows, she displays the behavior of having a well-developed spatial intelligence, well-developed logical intelligence. So we got onto the task of analyzing Alice's behavior. Well, after having observed Alice, and after having finished a great deal of the 45 teaching hours I had with her, um, we were able, together with Karim, my advisor teacher, were able to conclude um, that Alice had three intelligences very well developed. These three intelligences are the musical intelligence, the intersocial intelligence, and the spatial intelligence. Why? In the case of musical intelligence, it is very normal for Chinese children to display a high level of musical intelligence. One of the reasons, not the main one, is that not Chinese, sorry, Mandarin, is a tonal language. And there's been studies that prove that children who study tonal languages, or for whom a tonal language is their native language, they display higher levels of musical intelligence. Also, Alice enjoys listening to music and enjoys singing along with the music. This has been uh, evidenced in the classes that she has been receiving. Also, why do we think that her spatial intelligence is well developed? Um, she is very visual. She when I show her pictures of the vocabulary, she usually pays attention, and when I ask her about the vocabulary afterwards, she tends to look at the picture and try to remember the word, try to remember the sound. So that is why we believe she is very visual. Also, she enjoys the activities in which there is movement, there is running. She tends to be more interested in these type of activities, and her attention will boost up when we have these games. And finally, the intersocial intelligence. Like we said before, she loves interacting with people. She's not an introvert. She loves to talk to people, and often she finds the right words. She finds the way to communicate with others. And usually, after talking to Margaret, her previous teacher, when she had team activities in the classroom, she would assume a leadership role. So these are the reasons why we think these are her three main intelligences. And getting to the activities that would most benefit Alice, in very few words, some of these activities are, for example, role plays. In the case of one-to-one classes, the teacher needs to fill the vacuum of not having other classmates around. So there needs to be role plays, and not only role plays where we tell her exactly what to say, but also where she has to improvise as to what to say, obviously within a given frame. Also, another activity that maybe I should have used more often in the class was interviews. Yes, we're only two of us, but there is other people around the school. So I think interviews would really help in her speaking skills, in her communication skills, because she has to use English to ask um, questions, information questions to the people around her. These are just some of the activities. These last activities were uh, based on the interpersonal intelligence. We proposed more activities for the spatial and musical intelligence, such as, for example, the Oxford Discover 2 book, which we were using in class. Um, Before they introduce every grammar topic, they have a song which we did not use that much during the classes. And now that I have analyzed Alice better, I think, given I had to give the classes again, that's something I would have used.
Very nice. Nice to meet you. Okay, say nice.
Nice
To meet you.
meet you.
To. Very good, Alice. And how old are you?
I'm
Look.
7.
Okay, and listen. All right? Go.
Page 88, Unit 9. Get ready. Words. A. Listen and point to the words. Listen again and say.
This is just one train. Let me show you. Look. Right. Wow, look. You can put that one together with the rest. Okay. There you are. Very good. Can you put the train in front of the table?
Off.
In front of the table.
In front of
The table.
this.
Yes. So look in front of the table. Here. Here. Very nice. Great job. Where is the train?
The train is in front of the
How
table.
do you
Spell
spell things?
T
T.
H